What are you guys talking about, the chasm? Wat is die man over the cringes? As you can hear, due to my less than exuberant self, I'm still not 100% yet. I started preparing. Level 10, my first level 10. I'm sort of just starting to get everybody to level 90. As you can see by all the
Osmanthus wine.
Oh yeah, Osmanthus wine, everything. Still can't fall for Lumia yet. Bennett's clapping damage, sort of. Whoa. Whoa. Why is Lumia speaking outside? Whoa. Why is Bennett speaking outside? Game? Is everything okay? Is everything okay, game? If it's a catalyst out of my pulling, I'm more excited for Layla. Did y'all see Layla? She's fine as hell. And then you find that she's two. Damn it. Thought it again.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year.
D here? Oh, I've been saying they, huh? Not D here. I was gonna say they.
Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Bruh, at least she's safe. That's what you should be thinking to yourself. Be like, yeah, she comes home, she can eat a nice meal, you get to see her every now and then. She's safe. She's not throwing herself into the eye of the Raiden Shogun while she's still being a bitch. That type of thing.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Hey, let's not go all out, man. Let's just give us some lamb. Add.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can.
Yes, she spent all her cash money.
But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
So far, I like Dunia's art a little more than Jihyung, because Jihyung is stupid. She's cute, but she has like an adorable stubbornness, but fuck is she annoying. You're dying. Go to sleep. You're dying. What are you doing? Jihyung is she just annoys the shit out of me, okay? No, don't worry. We'll pay for our own food. I got 4 million more on me.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try something fancy, but we aren't exactly loaded. Guess Paimon will settle for something ordinary.
Paimon? I have 4 million more. It's literally inside of you. Because you're my floating bag and that's where I get my motor from. But I mean, the motor is inside of you. It's where the heart is, next to the liver and the kidneys. Does she have smaller organs, or is it the same size organs that he arranged in a way that fits into a smaller body? These are the questions.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
Coconut charcoal cakes? Coconut charcoal cake. Is the charcoal part to be some sort of like irony and it's chocolate, or because charcoal and cake? I do know there was a charcoal ice cream at one point and it really it confused me because that don't really make sense. The charcoal can have a flavor depending on what you're mixing it with. An example, like when you're smoking some meat with a certain type of charcoal.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass.
But you've cooked slimes before.
What do you have against my slime dishes?
I have nothing against it, I'm just saying, you're being confusing right now. After all, you continue chatting with Dennis.
We asked a lot lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
I'm looking at this table deciding what is the most delectable meal on the table. They kind of all look strange except for like the sensual 4-ball soup over there with that grass patch in the middle. See, it looks delectable, squishy. That's what I put it in my stomach. Yes.
Well, remember
I should change out what I was saying because I was getting
knew how to
voice.
meet the Dendro Archon?
Because it looks like tits.
Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, we found a lead. Yes.
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year.
I know what that's like.
I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information.
Doesn't that mean your parents are just failures? Because they could have literally just set up like a play date for you. And there's there is understanding kids. So find one understanding kid. Like you put up an advertisement looking for one understanding kid. Will pay parents this much for the play dates. And then it's not like you're paying the parents. The kid don't know what the cash. So the kid's still the friend. You know. It's the thought. But yeah, I was bedridden for like 2 years in a row. This is why I am relating kind of idea.
My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams.
Because I was older.
It was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days.
This guy he didn't close the home, yeah.
Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound.
That happened to me recently.
At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Ooh.
Junior Zod, don't be sad. You don't have to cry.
Junior
Hey,
Zod,
baby dinosaur.
don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Don't be scared.
Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but
I
actually,
stalk you.
I know everything about you.
I'm your stalker.
Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt.
Okay.
Wow, you really do know everything.
Wait. Is she in the abyss?
Junior Zod, is there anything you want?
Darling.
What? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen. But can you make my illness go away?
No, that's outside my powers. For so-called Archons, they're pretty powerless in the grand scheme of things. Anybody else think that? Anybody else? Because I mean, Archons are supposedly gods, but they have powers over an element, not a domain over an element. Whereas they can freely control Earth and such, they don't have complete control over Earth and such. Otherwise, ZHONGLI would be like... The war would have been extremely planetary devastating if, like, ZHONGLI and Mei and Venti were all teamed up together, busy destroying shit. You know? The whole world would be thrown. This is why sometimes, like, you find in stories and mythologies, like, there's rules for gods not to fight, or there's rules for them not to, like, war, and if there is a war, then they must fix shit, type of thing.
Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now.
Yeah, Kusanali, this is the time where you holler up at one of the elder gods. You'd be like, yo, beep 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 boop 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 boop. Yes, Osmanthus, why? Shut up, look, I kind of need help. There's a little girl here, extreme 6 is like 7, and she's dying. Have any cures there, Mr. 6,000-year-old Archon?
Osmanthus wine.
Yes, Osmanthus wine. Yes, sure. When can we meet up?
Osmanthus wine.
Shut up. I get it. Osmanthus wine. I'll be there.
Then, can you be my friend? After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things.
Why are they staring at us? It's kind of creepy. Why are they staring at us?
Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Teyvat.
Okay.
Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming.
Sure,
But I
dreams,
know
totally.
that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat.
So you believe that voice you heard was Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That
Wait,
voice
are you
sparked the
telling me that your
desire for
parents didn't teach you how to read?
It had to have been the Dendro Archon.
This is why I call our parents failures. By the way, that mushrooms on the table, I kind of need them for Kale, so allow me to stuff them into pie. Here, come on, take this mushroom. Yeah, it's for Kale later. Don't digest that. It's not for digestive purposes. I know it's tasty, Paimon. It's for Kale.
I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zero's festival?
Subaru Festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages.
Mitsubishi Festival?
It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday.
Nissan Festival. Yeah, right?
I heard
Nissan
everyone was
Festival?
overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, because they sit in their ways. Like, okay. There's two types of smart people. They are mad geniuses and those stuck in their ways. Mad geniuses are always those looking to think outside of the box, right? And when there's a box that form, they destroy those walls. That would be a mad genius. And then you get those stuck in their ways. They limit themselves to the box. And they're scared of the outside of the box, because by thinking of the outside of the box, it would prove many of their theories wrong. It's basically just deluding yourself.
Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aw, but that's awful.
Sure it is,
It
baby.
is. It's absolutely terrible.
Terrifying.
Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Truly.
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
Sure, Hot Woman.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Yes, success. Yata Disney, gambare, Danya-san.
I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes. No. Nilo, I've not heard of a Nilo in my life. Wink.
Yes, that's her.
You're supposed to be subtle about it, isn't it? You fail. You fail.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms.
Yes.
You give her something?
You merely gave her the child, her sister, and wrapped in blankets. Like, yeah, take her. We have no use for her.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts.
Wow. How expensive was the skirt? How expensive was the skirt? Like, the skirt's worth 9 millimora. My god, that can make me build 3 characters.
I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand
That's
Bazaar
what talents
today
and such.
and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Yo, traveler, do you mind if we perform a cat burglary? We just sell a bunch of her skirts.
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
Strong traveler, yeah? Strong and independent woman. Except, I'm not talking about you, Paimon.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
Can we also come along?
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Let's go meet this 5-star character. It doesn't make sense that she's a 5-star over both Beidou and Ningguang. Who else? Who else? It'd be weird that she's considered a 5-star over. No. It's the very early characters that you will consider 5 stars. Razor. Let's do it. Clap some fuck up damage. Noelle. I understand why she's in a 5-star, but it's similar. Like she went to the Knights of Veronius asking to be a knight, and then Ellie ended up a knight before her, which I think you need to be a certain amount of useless to become a knight of Veronius. So there's that. Who else would be 5-star material here? No. Maybe no. Yes. Yeah, him and Yelen's practically the same character. So yes. Definitely yes. Chongyun, maybe. Similar to Reza, I'm gonna put him under maybe. Sucrose, yes. Sucrose was Kazuha before Kazuha. Sucrose can drag in all the bombs and Venticard. What else do we have here? No, Yanfei, depends on how you boulder. Like, my Yanfei does, like, with a team comp, the maximum amount of damage it did was 120, okay? What's the idea? No. Sayun, definitely not. Kujasara, fuck no. Toma, fuck no. Koro, fuck no. Yunjin, no. It's a solid though on that one. Kukishinobu, hell though. Even for, like, as a healer. Maybe as a healer, she kind of stands with Kagome. Alright. Heizo? No. He could be a 5-star. If there's like, when you're fighting with Heizo, it feels like there's such a limit on his punches. Kinda sad, because it feels like he should be hitting like on every punch like 10k, but it doesn't. And Kali. Because, I mean, Heizo's punches, like, he and his ult does a good amount of damage. Sure. But how does Heizo's punches do less damage? Normal attacks do less damage and Kali's boomerang. That is the question. Genshin Impact. Truly a confusing game. Genshin Impact. We're always confused.
That
Wait,
voice
are you
sparked
telling me that your
desire
parents
for
didn't teach you how to read?
It had to have been the Dendro Archon.
This is why I call our parents failures. By the way, that mushrooms on the table, I kind of need them for Kale, so allow me to stuff them into pie. When come, take this mushroom. Yeah, for Kale later. Don't digest that. It's not for digestive purposes. I know it's tasty, Paimon. It's for Kale.